Hi everyone, it's Paul Chapman here, Principal of Central Coast Sports College, and today is Wednesday the 8th of September. Please find following just a quick video, some updates in regards to what's happening over the next week or two. Big shout out to all the families that have been completing the planning forms that we've been asking people to do. It's really helped us make sure that the plans we have in place for the week or two in front of us is well resourced. We've got the adequate staff on site, we've got enough staff managing the online sessions, etc. So really appreciate families that have been able to complete that planning form for us in a timely fashion. This week, I just request there's a link in that coming along with the video that you've received the email that you received the video. And the link for next week's form, you only need to complete that form if you're planning for your child to be on site. So if your child's planning to continue work from home, there's no need to complete the form because we'll make an assumption that your child will be working from home. However, if you are planning for your child to come to school and access our learning on site, we would request that you complete the online form to allow us to make sure we've got adequate staffing on site for next week. It is a reminder to families, once again, everyone hopefully would be aware of the fact that the government's mandate at the moment is if students can work from home, they should be. We've obviously continued to look after students as they arrive on site. If that's something that is important for your families and you're not able to have them work from home, obviously we still have staff working on site. But we would ask families to please make sure that you look at your own situation, and if you can have your child work from home, that is the recommendation from the government that children are working from home. So we just ask for families to continue to consider that and make sure that they're doing everything it possibly can do to make it work. We know this time is very challenging for all of us. It's been a very long term, and I'm sure a lot of us are looking forward to the break coming up. However, I just continue to say we need to work together here in the current situation, and it's very challenging. And yeah, once again, I really hope everyone's getting through this time as best we can. Some other updates in regards to some things that are coming up. First and foremost, obviously term 4, we typically over the last couple of years have generally planned our camps. Unfortunately, last year with the COVID lockdown as well as this coming year, it's made it very difficult to plan any experiences due to the fact of the unpredictability of any of those types of experiences. Just to make it really clear so families understand, we are planning to do some experiences in term 4, but we won't be doing any overnight experiences because it's just too difficult to book any particular spaces or any particular experiences. So we're planning to do some day trips later in term 4, which would replace, I suppose, the normal experiences we would normally have as part of our camps. So I just wanted to make sure families were aware of that. We are planning to make sure we organize some things that are within the confines of the restrictions. We're obviously hoping that school does go back to somewhat normal operations in the second part of term 4, that students will be experiencing some day trips that would replace our traditional camps. We've just found it too difficult to some of the things we'd actually organised have fallen through, obviously, without being able to make confirmation of bookings. So just understand that we are doing our best. We'll make sure the children have really positive experience and get the same outcomes from those outdoor experiences. Unfortunately, though, we won't be doing any overnight experiences for this year. Just want to make sure families were aware of that. But we look really very much looking forward to the second half of term 4. We'll be able to take the kids outdoors and really get them out of the comfort zone and enjoy some fun experiences. The other thing I wanted to mention to families, last week we sent a survey for the Leader in Me program called the MRA survey. We would ask families to ensure that at least one member of your family has completed that form or completed that survey. It shouldn't take you any more than 10 or 15 minutes. Some really important questions, and the responses to those surveys will really form the ground piece or the foundation of some of the improvements that we look to make over the next 12 months. So we would ask families, I'll put a reminder link in the email that came along with this video, to please make sure that survey is completed by at least one member. Both parents can do it if you would like as well, but it's really important we get representation from each family and within the school community. I did make a mistake with my original email saying that the survey was going to close off on the 10th of October. That was a mistake on my part. I do apologise. We will have the closing date for that survey closing next Monday, the 13th of September. So we would ask families, please make sure, spend 10 or 15 minutes. That survey will really be very helpful in our planning. It gives us a bit of feedback to know how we're travelling with some of the priorities we've put in place and continues to drive us forward in that. Also a reminder, the Year 8 families, we had a special message went out to the Year 8 families at the end of last week, just asking our Year 8 families to confirm their ongoing enrolment into 2022 for the Year 9 and beyond. It's a big transition for many of our students within our community to transition from Year 8 into the senior college and into the Big Picture program. So if you haven't received that email and your child's in Year 8, please just send through a response and I'll make sure you get a copy of that email. But it's a pretty important document that we need families to complete as well. I hope, as I said right at the start, I hope everyone's keeping well. We've only got just over a week now until the end of term, next Thursday being the last day of term 3, and then we're obviously going into a term break and looking forward to a couple of weeks off, and gives everyone an opportunity to renew and refresh and get ready for the last term of the year. I hope everyone, once again, doing well. Good luck to the people that are on the trivia night tonight. I'm recording this video just before the treasure hunt. Max Malkin, our quiz master, will be running a treasure hunt this evening, and I understand that our sponsor for this evening is a company called Sweet Arrivals. It's one of our family members within the school. It's got a great business that do some I suppose packages for particular people. We've actually used it quite a few times to support some of our staff that have recently had babies, and a massive shout out to Sweet Arrivals, who do a great job at providing those pamper gifts and really special moments you'd like to celebrate. So check them out if you haven't already. But Sweet Arrivals, thank you very much for being a major sponsor of our treasure hunt this evening. Anyway, there you go. Obviously, the COVID challenges with lockdown are still ongoing. Obviously, we've had a number of people sent through some concerns around vaccinations and the school stance on that. I wanted to reiterate to all families that we are under the auspices and the direction of the state government, and so if there are laws put into place, we have to adhere to those laws at this stage. My understanding from everything that's been provided to us at this stage is that children above the age of 12 are able to get the vaccination if they choose to. As far as I understand, there's no commentary or no requirement for students to actually get vaccinated, but I just want to make sure everyone understands that as a school we'll adhere to whatever the laws of the land are. So if the government mandates through the public health order that staff must be vaccinated, of course we'll support the government's laws in that regard. It is a very challenging time for us. A lot of people's personal beliefs have been challenged through this particular scenario, but at the same time I know a lot of people are really worried and a lot of anxiety around the possibility of catching COVID, but then particularly over the last couple of days with the case numbers increasing, and particularly on the Central Coast. I heard just over the last few days a couple of the schools on the Central Coast have actually been closed due to close contacts or people within the school community catching COVID. So we need to always be vigilant, ensure that we're always following COVID safe practices. We don't allow any visitors on site that aren't necessary for the school operations. And so we would just ask families to continue to remind yourselves that we're in a really challenging time at the moment, and I get updates almost on a daily basis from the AIS, which is a membership body that provides information to us as a school, and I'm quite on the pulse in regards to the latest information, and I ensure that our staff are kept well informed and our families as well. So hopefully everyone is going okay with some of those challenges. I know being in the middle of a lockdown is very, very challenging for us all. Hopefully we'll be at the end of it before we know it. So if there's any further updates that will affect any of our staff or students, of course I'll provide that information in a timely fashion. But if I just remind families that just continue to pay attention to the public health orders as they get updated. In regards to our school operations, nothing substantially changed over the last couple of weeks. The restrictions are still in place. Families, as I said right at the start of the video, are encouraged to have their children work from home if they can, but if you're not able to have your child work from home, of course we're still operating on site with a limited staff, with a reduced schedule, and we look after the students as best we can with the staff on site. That's all I have to say for now. Look forward to doing the last post next week at some point, and until then I really hope everyone's doing well. So bye for now.